Hey boys, what's going on? Legion Rudy here playing more RuneScape Dragonwilds. Welcome to our Daily Gaming XP Grind, episode 99. So, I've got an idea of where the Blurite ore can be. I checked on Discord, and it seems that they purposely made it a mystery. Now, what's happening here is, clearly I've already defeated this, but the door is sealed by a dragonkin mannequin. So it appears I've got to go back and redo this again. Now, the only thing I can think is that they purposely did this because obviously, now I just got hit by that. That's terrible. Trying to avoid the poison. But basically, it's possible that they make you redo this because this is actually where the Blurite ore is. So you sort of got to work through it and actually fight for your right to be able to have this. So we're going to use this. I probably should have actually brought some shield cores because I think this is going to be quite a bit of an adventure here, trying to re-unlock this. I believe I'm going to have to go back to all the statues, so I'm probably going to end up dying a little bit as well on this journey to do this. So that's quite unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world, as we are going to be a little bit of XP along the way. But we are going to have to go fight all these creatures again, which we've already sort of destroyed. It looked like I saw an arrow fly across the screen right there, so I'm not sure. Let's see. So we've got one of them lit. And now we've got all these bad guys coming after us. At least we're a little bit more of a formidable opponent now fighting all these guys, even though there's so many of them. So it's going to take a little bit of time. I don't remember how many of these I'm going to have to click to basically get this to go. But hopefully it at least tells me there's something has shifted and I'll be able to go back and take care of it. But obviously, normally we're grinding XP, but we're still getting XP while doing all this. It's just going to look a little bit different because obviously we're doing all combat. So let's hope we don't get killed while we're out here. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But yeah, basically, we've got little information on where the Blurite ore is, but what I gather is it's purposely hidden, and it's going to be quite interesting trying to find it. I don't even know where that guy come from, but there's lots of these guys, and it makes sense. Make them have to come back through this gigantic amount of enemies, so that way we can re-unlock all this. I thought there was a statue. There he is right there. So that's 3, I think. So we're missing another one. I got that one, got that one. So now I've got to sort of remember where the other ones are. I know I've hit 3. I believe there was 4. We got that one. So let me see if there's any more. I can't really remember. All these animals are sort of spawning right here. Probably on purpose. They know I'm on the hunt to find the Blurite ore. And I guess it makes sense that it would be here. Not really. I mean, why would it be here out of all the places? I feel like it's more of a beginner item, but then again, I don't really know how powerful it is. So potentially not really a beginner item. Let's go ahead. Here's another one. That's 4. There we go. So we've opened the door. That was actually really fast. Let's get a little cooking XP. So let's go inside here and see if we can't find ourselves some Blurite ore. And see what we can find. So let's go ahead and light up the area, which I actually took that spell off. I didn't. So let's see if we can find some Blurite ore. I don't even know what it looks like, so we're going to have to take our time. None there. None there. We're going to have to kill all the Vault Guardians again. Potentially. Depending on how much we're going to have to do in here. Really. Okay. That's stone. Okay, let's see. So maybe it's in here, maybe it's not. I know there used to be like a lot of rats in here. So hopefully this isn't too tricky and ends up getting us killed. But now here come all the rats. So hopefully we're able to do this without dying. Oh, that was crazy. We almost didn't make the jump. So now we're going to have to kill all these guys from far away. I feel like that's probably the fastest way to do this. Obviously, it's the safe approach. Do we still have my bow? We do. I saw a reflection. It's a rat. I don't even know how that rat got here. And there's another rat. This is terrible. I might die just from these rats. Oh, that's a really cool effect, the way the rat just fell on the ground. This is terrible. Everything in this dungeon just wants me dead. This is going to be really tricky. And these guys are barely taking any damage. It's terrible. So let's see if we can't switch our attack style and then use our new buff on them and then see how much damage that we can actually do. So that's actually quite a bit. Oh, that finished me off right there. So we're going to have to go back and fight them again. So it's really not the worst thing in the world. Obviously, I'm not that happy about it. The fact that I had to go reopen a chamber and then, I mean, I don't even know if the blurite's in here. It could actually move over the course of time. Maybe it's some sort of weird random spawn that constantly moves. I'm not really sure. But these guys are a little bit tougher. Obviously, this is a harder level, or stage. So, gonna have to wait and see once I get in this final room if there's any blurite ore. But I'm getting sort of a bit of mixed signals really from this whole thing of where it might potentially be. But it seems that once you actually attack one of these creatures, they're all going to come for you. So we're going to have to try to make this jump and then hide again. So this is going to be a little bit brutal, but we are going to be getting ranged XP while we work on it. It doesn't look like it's triggered all of them. So hopefully we can get this guy down. I would switch back to my bow, but it doesn't seem like... I don't know if that's the right approach here. Let's see. We can't actually do it again. Make it a poison. Oh, that's terrible. We can't really do that. This is not going to work. We're going to have to switch to our crossbows so we can block. But this is going to be brutal. I can already tell. Just trying to get back in here. I mean, all these things didn't even really spawn anymore once I finished off them. So this is going to be tricky. But once we get them dead, I guess it'll be a little bit easier to move past this. I'm just hoping of the right ores in here. Like I said, I've been reading Discord, and it doesn't seem like they really want to give us the area where it's located, which is fine. That makes sense. Let's make us have to hunt for it. It makes us sort of have to adventure further into the game and revisit places that we potentially have not visited in quite a while, because we've already sort of finished those spots in the game. But we are getting lots of range XP from this. So if you guys potentially have to redo this again, it's not really that big of a deal. I don't think it's that much to complain about. We're going to be getting lots of range XP, potentially some more vault shards, and vault cores if you need any more. So this is just a safe way to do this, honestly. You could just run in and try to use your whip, but if you don't have to die, then why die? So let's see. I'm trying to see what the drops are. Okay. So I don't see any like blurite ore drops. And here come the bad guys. So another thing I'm going to start doing is looking at the walls while I'm in here, because potentially could be on the wall. Maybe they're not even on the ground. Maybe what we're looking for is sort of sticking out of the wall. This part's going to be tricky. We got rats. I'm not even hitting this Vault Overlord. So he's got more XP than the other guy did. This is going to take ridiculous amount of time. I could just use magic, but obviously he's got lots of health, so I think it makes sense to do it this way. He's not really fighting us, so that's also quite nice. I guess I could use fire with magic, but I don't really think I want to do that. What's this? Venomous Trapper. I guess we could try to use that. Let's see what that's like. It's P, right? I don't want to die here. I don't even see it as an ability. So, not really sure why that's not popping up. But let's not worry about that right now. Let's try not to die. But we did level up our range. So, now we pretty much just got to kill this Vault Overlord. And then go from there. It's taking quite a while, but we are getting ranged XP. So, obviously that's a good thing. You know what we could try to do is do this. This should actually allow us to attack multiple creatures at once. That's the only problem. I don't want to fall while doing this. I wonder if it's faster damage or the same. It's supposed to be poisoning him as well. So hopefully, we're definitely killing him a lot faster like this. We are getting quite fast range XP. We're going to find the blurite ore in a game. I'm thinking it's hidden. I'm not sure where. Maybe on top of like one of these buildings out here in the Fractured Plains. I I don't even know. I really haven't got the slightest idea. This is like fun, but at the same time, like people have given ideas of where it could be, but where it actually is what's important. And I think it's also interesting too because I mean, if people are finding it, are they going to share the information, or are people just like that was way too much work? I'm not going to help anybody else with that. And I think that would be actually quite interesting if people decided to do it that way, because then it would force other people to basically have to figure it out for themselves, which would add sort of something to the game, because then you don't really get to have it easily. You've sort of got to take the time that it took them to basically find it. So I think it could work out. Only one death. It's not that bad. Let's try to really look at this area. Let's go ahead and light it up in here, just so we can get a really good look. But I can't even do that because we've got another rat after us. And if he poisons us, I don't think we brought any anti-poison potion. We did. Let's just pop that just in case we need it. Really hard to say whether or not we're going to need it. Let's see. Let's pop the fire so we can see what we're doing in here. They purposely hid this on us. On purpose. So we would have a difficult time finding it. Let's see. We got a Tome of Attack XP. That'd be quite nice. I got a plan for a potted onion. Potted onion. I wonder. That sounds like a farming plan. Interesting. No, it's for construction. That's what it's for. So they added a little bit potentially of new recipes for construction. That's quite nice. Unless it's already been in the game and I just never found it, which is also possible. Now there's a secret over here, if I'm not mistaken, in one of these walls. I thought you could mine into it. I could have swore, but there was nothing special unless it's a different one I'm thinking of. But I'm not seeing anything, but I need to slow down and really look in here, because I just did quite a bit of work to get back in here just so I could see what was potentially in here. I think it might be over here if this is what I'm thinking. Let's see. So we've got nothing. Then again, I don't really know what I'm looking for. It could be in the wall, and it could be sort of tricky. They purposely hid this to make it difficult, which is completely fine, like I stated before. It could be down here. They could have purposely did that. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. And if I can't find it, obviously, eventually someone else will find it. And then they'll sort of tell everybody else how to get it. But those sneaky peoples, they did it on purpose. But anyway, we're going to head back so that way we can work on a little bit more range XP. We're going to try to get one more level in this episode, and then we're going to call it a day. But I really thought they locked this back up because they put it inside there. There's another place I can check. I think it's a little bit unrealistic to think it's actually going to be here, but I'm just going to check anyway, because obviously we're running out of possibilities. So why not check? Up on top of this building way back here, and then if it's not in fact back here, we can sort of go somewhere else and just work on range. So I don't see anything up here. I really didn't think it would be, but I thought it was worth a look. So no go on that. Look at that. That's quite nice. So we're just going to shoot down this essence just for the sake of it. Okay. And it's completely baffled me. I've got no idea where the blurite ore is. I wouldn't even know where to start, because I've already clearly tried and can't figure it out. I think I've tried quite a bit. I'm not going to say I tried like crazy. I've tried a couple caves. I've tried to open some goblin packs. Obviously they want us to be mining it. I don't think it's really something that you get from a pack. So let's go ahead and put this in here. And I don't know. I really thought it would have been an early level item, more so. I guess it could be in here. I mean, it's really too hard to tell. But anyway, I don't want to waste too much more time. We need to go get some XP really quick. So try to get one more level in range before we sort of part ways. Let's see. so many animals out there that I could be killing. Let's see if I can get closer to them. There we go. Lots of items on the ground now because my inventory's been full so many times, so I just sort of leave everything on the ground. Inventory's already full again, but we're not full of weight, we're just full of inventory. But it's okay, we don't need to really pick all this up this time. We can leave it on the ground. It'll be out here next time. But ultimately, I've got no idea where this fluorite ore is going to be, so it's completely a secret. And apparently they like it that way. That's how they wanted it. So congrats to them for making something sort of difficult to find. I can't think, like, hints. How would I have hints of something that I completely forgot existed in the old RuneScape? So interesting. It could be a random spawn. There could be lots of different things that go along with this. So it's going to be very tricky. And I mean, what if there has to be quite a bit of it, right? It can't just be in one spot, like one little node, and then it goes away, and then you've got to search for like 30 minutes to find more. That doesn't seem really realistic, does it? It's going to be really interesting to figure all this out. And then just really tricky. It's really cool how when you shoot the enchanted bolts, they sort of have splash damage from water. We got to get away from here because we've got that guy. We don't really want to deal with him, so he can poison us and make our life terrible. Let's go. I can't really think. The only thing I can think is the northern area of the fractured plains would be like a really good place. This is actually quite nice, not having to pick up all the items. I'll obviously pick them up later, but it's quite nice to just be able to sort of run around and shoot things and not really worry about what I've got to pick up off the ground. This sort of makes it more relaxing. But let me think about this. Blurite War. Is it possible that it spawns near rivers? The only clue I could find on Dragonwilds wiki was basically that you can find it in like lower level cold caves, which was little to no help at all. Because I checked a bunch of caves too, prior and then after reading that, and that was not very helpful. So I've got no idea what I'm supposed to do. Obviously in the in like in time, we'll figure it out. I'm just gonna check this chest just to see what's going on. Nothing there. Let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking waterfalls because blurite or something maybe potentially. I'm not sure. I wouldn't think it would be in the Bloodblight Swamp because that's more of like a poisonous area. You've already got silver out there. You've got gold. That really wouldn't make sense to have 3 important things like that right there. I know I'm sort of letting this ram just annihilate me, but I really want to get these sheep. Now we're going to kill the ram. But we're getting close. And this is kind of nice, like I stated before. I'm not really having to pick up anything off the ground. So it's kind of cool to just be able to run around and shoot things and get XP. And we're annihilating too. I really don't think we can kill that guy right now. What's going on in here? I don't think we've checked out this cave, but there's already so much. I mean, look at this place. You really think it would be in here? I don't think so. But I guess right now, we don't have a lot of options. And we're out of ideas. So, blurite ore. Could it be in the water? That's an interesting thought. In the water. I mean, there's going to be fishing, so you wouldn't want to have too much. Huh. Now the brain's really going. People mentioned, let's see, do I have any lodestones near water out here? We have this one, but that's not really like a river. It is a river. Blurite ore. We got to get down there and take a look. I think potentially this could actually be, look at all that essence that's down there. Let's go, oh my gosh, I think we're going to die. No, we're okay. So let's see. It could be in the water. I wonder how many people have checked that. Maybe by here by this waterfall. Let's see. We've got stone. It should say copper. It's not saying anything. And I thought it would be more of like a blue color. So I don't see it. So I'm guessing that's not it. I'm still gonna check again here in a second though, because I feel like it would actually be beneficial to look. I'm dead. I don't know. I didn't see my shield, so I saw it blocked, and then I thought I'd be protected, and I wasn't. It's not really that big of a deal. It's a little bit frustrating, but it's okay. We still gotta get this level in range before we basically call it. And now this is a problem because we don't have our leggings. Oh, we do have our leggings of lightness, so we should be able to survive this fall, and we're fine. Um, that was still terrible. Let's see though. I still don't want to quite give up just yet. I feel like it could be in the water, but I guess we'll give up. Here's some more water. We can check over here. The plant's not back. That's good. I don't see anything in there. I really thought potentially it might be in there because I pretty much run out of ideas. So that was my thought. And that's not it. It would have been an interesting development. Actually, would have been really cool to hide it in sort of a plain sight in a sense, like because we wouldn't really expect to look there. But blurite ore, still trying to figure out blurite though. I mean, maybe in a swamp where it's sort of foggy, that might make sense. Not sure. Everything's just speculation at this point until we can actually pinpoint where it's actually located. I tried to shoot that bird there and I did not succeed. So let's see here what we've got going on. We've got to kill like one more creature. And we worked on cooking, I think, at the beginning of the video as well. So we did get a little bit of cooking XP as well. Can't believe we're one episode away from 100. It's quite crazy. But we've had a blast doing it. And hopefully we can find blurite ore eventually. I just got hit by something as well, I think. So let's go ahead and we leveled up. And I've got no ideas right now of where the blurite ore could be. But before I send everybody on their way, I suppose since we're just working on different things, I'm going to work on cooking a little bit. Just a small amount. Just to sort of empty out my inventory. It really won't affect anything, I don't think. Except everything's got all these dirty water in it. So now I can't even empty out my inventory because things are so chaotic. That's sort of where I'm at now. I've done such a terrible job with that I've put myself in a trap. Okay, so let's try to sort of take a lot of this stuff out so we can get ourselves in a better position for the future. With organizing, sort of cooking a couple things. I feel like we really blew it. With this whole blurite ore thing. I've got no idea where it's at. I've got no idea where to look. And it could constantly move around. But at the same time, I'm not like necessarily upset about it. It's still somewhere here in the game. We've just got to find it. And I'm sure people will start to find it. And then they will give people the information on how they can enjoy that part of the game as well. But currently, we're just going to have to wait. But we've got loads of meat, so we're actually going to work on cooking a little bit more before we send you off. And I think a large part of the reason that I want to do that is just because I feel like, why not? But now, unfortunately, there we go. We got one that's empty, so that was a little bit tricky because we had all the dirty water from prior times cooking, so it was taking up all the spots. We haven't really actually cooked like animal meat or anything like that in quite a while. We've been so focused on cooking all the other things. We've got this insane amount of mushrooms. And then cooking, obviously, in October, they said it's going to be a 1-to-1 ratio. So that's obviously going to help out quite a bit as well. It's going to make it better cooking XP, which is going to be quite nice because that's one of the things that we sort of, I wouldn't say struggle with, but it just takes a lot longer to work on cooking, obviously, for reasons that we all know. It's just takes time. We're just going to fill up these chests up with all this different stuff that we've sort of been lazy and haven't been doing. We were doing so good there for such a long time, putting things where they go, and that was quite nice, actually, to not really have to worry and have everything just sort of where it needs to be. Look at all these animal bones, so crazy. So I've still really got no idea how I'm going to figure out our blurite problem, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. And if I don't figure it out, somebody else will, and then we'll all benefit from that, which will be quite nice. But they probably love this. I'm not gonna lie. They're probably part of them that's just like, yes, we finally did something in the game and people can't figure it out. And obviously they know we will figure it out, so it's not like they're happy that we're stuck. They're just happy that they were able to hold something back and sort of I think it's really cool. They did a great job. Obviously hiding whatever this thing is. So we've got food over there cooking. We obviously could put a lot more food. I don't want to put too much. I'm just sort of trying to clean up a little bit more before I do an XP update. It's just so much stuff that I've sort of been neglecting and not really working on. I think it's important that I sort of get that knocked out really quick. So all that stuff, our inventory's full, so we're probably not going to be picking it up right now. But it would be just quite nice to sort of clean out all these chests because it's out of hand, and if I don't do it, I'm never going to do it, and then we're going to have a real problem. We're just going to have way too much stuff lying all over the place. So I think that's enough cleaning though for right now. I think, actually, let me go put these hides away. I think it's so cool that I've got so many hides. It's just, I mean, by the time Valhalla comes to the game, there's just going to be so much. It's going to be crazy. But I think that's really exciting as well. And ram horns, we're going to have to make a new ram horn chest eventually. I love a little storage warehouse. It's so cool. I don't know. Little stuff like that. That when you play the game for such an extent, a period of time, that you gather all these crazy things and you get to sort of look at them and be very proud of them. But we've got work to do still yet. So we obviously got to make some more cooking potions. We're running out. So we're going to go ahead and take another cooking potion really quick. That one wasn't quite worn off yet. But let's go ahead and see. So we got quite a bit of XP right there, actually. I think most of those are for the most part done. But obviously it's kind of nice to actually cook a little bit of real food rather than just doing dirty water. I would like to gather all this before we do an XP update, but by chance, if we don't, it's not the end of the world. It'll be here for next time. But I think those are pretty much all almost done. Now I've got to go on a hunt for blue-eyed ore, which is just interesting, really. Where could it be hiding? Maybe it's not necessarily even, I don't even know. Maybe it's something we already currently have and we have to turn it into blue-eyed ore. But I don't think that's the case. I think it'd be a lot funner to have to mine it or something like that. So I'm not sure. There's rumors sort of going around about where it could be and what's this and what's that, but I think that's all that really is, just a bunch of rumors. I don't potentially think anyone's actually found it. Maybe people are just trying to send people on like little goose hunts to get people to go look. I'm not sure. But I know we're all looking for it, and we'll probably find it rather soon. Hopefully. I don't know. But maybe I should go back to the board and look again because maybe I don't check it enough on that. But anyways, so let's go ahead and do an XP update. Attack XP 314,000, ranged level 41, 16,545 XP, woodcutting 1,001,876 XP, construction 2,013,000 XP, runecrafting 851,000, magic 122,000, mining 4,171,000, artisan 4,115,000, and cooking 337,208. So cooking's still taking an incredible amount of time to level up, but we're still going to keep working on it, and that's fine. So basically, we hope you guys are enjoying our content in the game. Hopefully you're enjoying your experience in RuneScape Dragonwilds and enjoying this awesome update that's come to the game. So anyway, guys, until next time, Legion Looter out.